Welcome back, all my fragrance fanatic friends and beauty besties. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jamie, and on this channel, we love to talk about perfumes. And I'm so glad you're here today because it's our end of the month roundup. This is a video I do at the end of every month where I will go over all of the perfumes I purchased that month with you guys. And some months, I don't buy too many perfumes. Some months I buy a lot of perfumes, and some months, like this month in particular, the month of June, I went a little too crazy. But can you go too crazy on your birthday month? I don't know. I don't think so. It was my birthday month, so I wanted to really just let myself off the leash and just go wild buying the perfumes that I wanted to get. And I just was having so much fun doing that. And so I have 26 perfumes here to show you today that I purchased, and actually that's not all of them. I've still got there's 5 or 6 that still are on their way to my house, but I need to film today. They won't be in time. So I'm gonna have to put them in July's perfume roundup video when I do that. So I will leave the links to everything we're talking about in the description box below. If any of them are Amazon links, I do get a commission for that. So without further ado, let's get started. For those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I have been talking about how this particular birthday is my 40th birthday, so it's extra special, and I wanted to buy like an extra special perfume to kind of celebrate that. And so I had been on the hunt for that perfume, and I tried out a lot of different things, and I thought I landed on what I wanted, which was the Jasmine Grandifolium Extrait 30 by Cologne. I tried purchasing it. I did purchase it. I got it all designed how I wanted, because you can design your own bottles and stuff. Bought it, thought everything was fine. Went a whole week, and at the end of the week I was like, you know what? This perfume should be in by now. Why did it not, what's going on? So I don't ever check my emails, hardly ever, but I checked my emails and it said that the payment didn't go through. And I'm like, that's weird. So I checked my account. I had the money in. It wasn't that I didn't have the money in there. But so what happened was my bank was even saying like, whoa. My particular bank is very secure. And they're almost like a babysitter for me. And they saw this 600, well, actually it was like $700 with the taxes. It was like 680 something, and then plus the taxes and the shipping and everything, it was like up in the $700 range, which is, I know, ridiculous. I know. And it's not even for a 100 ml bottle. That was only for a 50 ml bottle. So my bank had actually stopped that from happening. They said like, are you sure? Like, let's cancel this. Let's think this through. Are you sure you want to spend that amount of money on this perfume? And so I'm kind of glad that they did that, because, and they do that with any sort of like huge chunk of money coming out at once. A lot of times, if it's not like a regular bill that they're familiar with, my bank will stop it and be like, whoa, what is this? This is a huge amount of money you don't normally spend at a particular website. And they make me call and verify that everything's okay. But anyway, so I'm so glad that my bank did that, because like thinking back, like that's just, I don't know, it just $700, you guys, man. I kept on thinking like, this is a great perfume, but is it any better than some of my other perfumes? I mean, yes, the jasmine was amazing in there, but the jasmine was no better smelling than my J'adore L'Or. That one has it was the same sort of jasmine in there. So why is that one $700? This one is like like almost $200 for a full bottle of J'adore L'Or. The price difference there. And then it's got strawberry in there, like a strawberry candy. And I'm like, I can get that from my good old Britney Spears perfumes, a strawberry candy note. And, it had some sandalwood in it, but I've got so many amazing sandalwood perfumes. So I don't know. I kept on thinking like, maybe I should take a pause. And so long story short, I have not found my special birthday perfume yet. And I'm not gonna rush it. I'm not gonna stress about it. I'm not gonna rush it. think I was trying to push it to happen, you know, trying to force it. And I need to just take a step back, and when the right perfume comes along, like it will work out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna let it kind of come to me, let it happen naturally. And then when that does happen, I will share it with you guys. So I don't have my special birthday perfume, but I do have many others that I purchased that I am so excited to share with you guys about. But first, very quickly, I know, I talk a lot. I'm gonna be quick, I promise. For those of you who are interested, I do have a vlog channel. I will link down below in the description box. On that channel, I do like a birthday vlog on there. If anyone's interested in that sort of thing, that's where you can find it. So we are going to start off with the perfumes that I repurchased. These are perfumes that I already have in my collection that I love, and I was running out of them, so I needed to repurchase them. The first one is the newer Burberry Goddess Intense. I know that there's another Burberry Goddess Intense. Why am I saying goddess? I always do that. This is not goddess. You are not a goddess. You're Burberry Her. Burberry Her Intense. They had an older formulation. This is the newer formulation. This one is such a sweet, delicious strawberry mixed with this citrusy, white floral orange blossom, but the amber in the base is what really it's so warm, and it's very sensual smelling, creamy, just very flirty. I started out with a 30 ml, went through that so quickly, and now I'm on to my 50 ml bottle. But I just absolutely love this perfume. Out of the whole Burberry Her collection, this one is my favorite so far. And then I also got another bottle of Strawberry Letter. This one has an amazing strawberry note in there. And Jasmine Grandifolium has a great strawberry note in there, but that one's like $700. This is like $90. Like, I don't know. So Strawberry Letter is just fresh, sweet strawberries. And it's it has a touch of earthiness in there. So it just, in my mind, I actually picture, you actually have a strawberry bush growing, you know, and you've got the roots and it's in the ground, and you can smell that the earth mixed with the strawberries and the greenness from the strawberry leaves, and it's just one of my absolute favorite strawberry perfumes. And so I definitely wanted to repurchase this for sure, because I was running really low on my first bottle. Next up, we'll talk about the collections I bought. The first collection being a sample set of the Dolce & Gabbana Velvet Collection. And it comes in this velvety packaging. It's really nice. And then when you open it up, it comes with a card talking about all the perfumes. And it even comes with these really nice little, what do you call these? You can spray your perfumes on them and smell them. I don't know. But anyway, it comes with these that I thought was a nice added touch. Now this was $100, I believe, but it comes with the whole collection, everything here. And I was thinking that this might be one of my birthday scents, because on the bottles of these perfumes, they have established in 1985. And that's the year I was born. I thought, oh, that would be so cool if that would be the special perfume. And some of these I like more than others. Some of them I really don't like, gave me a headache. But overall, the whole collection was not, I don't want to say disappointing, but it just wasn't what I thought they were going to. There's something in these perfumes. Even the whole collection goes from dark oud. You got woody perfumes, you got freshy perfumes, you got more floral perfumes. They have a bunch of different types of scent profiles in this collection. But all of them had some sort of underlying smell that I don't know what it is, but it's as soon as I started sampling them as I went down, once I got towards the end, I was recognizing it. All of them have something in there that I'm not quite a fan of, and I don't know what it is. I've noticed that with some collections as well. Like they all have their signature little something added. Whatever that is in here, I'm not vibing with, but I will say that it is, you know, it is really humid out right now. So maybe, I don't know, maybe my nose is just not ready for this. I don't know, but I'm gonna keep this, and I'm gonna play around with it in like the cooler months and stuff and see. And I also got the full bottles of the Alicia collection, which is the dupe collection for the Kayali perfumes. It started out with these two that I bought first. The vanilla, which is supposed to be the dupe for Vanilla 28. I think it's a spot on dupe. Absolutely love this perfume, and I think that there's not many Vanilla 28 dupes out there that I've ever come across. So I'm really happy I have this one in my collection. I think it's definitely worth picking up. And also the Vanilla Sugar. This one really, this one out of all of them was the one that really shocked me, because I haven't smelt like this dupe for Candy Rock Sugar is the most spot on dupe that I have smelt as far as all the other dupes go so far. And it has that bubblegum note in there. So I'm really in love with this perfume a lot. Definitely think it's worth it. And then also the Apple Rouge. This one really surprised me as well. And another one that I think is like super worth it. It smells like such a clean, crisp, fruity apple shampoo vibe, like really nice and very good projection and longevity on this one too. For being like a freshy shampoo vibe, it really like projects good. And absolutely love this one. So those three would be my top favorites. The Lychee Fizz is great, but you know, there are other dupes very comparable to this. I picked up this one in particular because of the bottle. I prefer the bottle of this particular dupe over the other dupes, but it's still very nice. And then the Sugar Patchouli. This one is the dupe for the Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli. This one, I think they're all pretty spot on to the Kayali versions. And then also the Pista Sundae. I want to keep on calling it pistache, because that's what it is, the pistachio gelato dupe. But it's Pista Sundae. And again, there's lots of dupes of this type of scent profile out there, so I didn't find it as unique, you know, like it's not like something you gotta grab. Like all three of these here, I feel like are really nice. I feel like they're pretty much spot on. I feel like the projection and longevity is good on them, but they're not, you know, I've seen other dupes like this out. You know, this isn't my first rodeo with scent profiles like this. But as far as the vanilla sugar, and the Apple Rouge, if you're gonna buy something from this collection, like these three are the ones that I would highly recommend. I do have a dedicated video about the whole collection on my channel here that I will also link down in the description box below if you're interested, going into more detail about how they smell and comparing them to other dupes as well. So if you're interested, it'd be down below. So now let's talk about the perfumes that I bought this month that are 2025 releases. The first one being Q Parfum. They have the Q Intense, and this is the new release, Q Parfum. This one is I've never tried the Intense, but as far as the original Q and the Parfum, the original Q is more fresh smelling. This one is more, it's darker, it's date night, it's sexy. This is a dark, juicy, fruity, sweet cherry mixed with the jasmine and some sweet vanilla. And the fruity cherry in here like lasts forever on my skin. Like I was just smelling my arm all day going like, oh my gosh, this smells good. Really love this perfume, but definitely more of a darker, you know, sexy cherry scent versus the original, which is more, I don't know, more fresh. I think of more of a cherry lemonade type of vibe with that one. So, but anyway, I absolutely love this perfume. And then I also picked up the Camera Duncan. This is the flanker to the original Camera, and then there was the flanker Camera Kawa, and now there's Camera Duncan. So there's 3 in the whole collection, Camera collection. And this one has the added note of pimento, tobacco, and some incense. And I have smelt this. It's very nice. I don't want to do a full-on wear yet. I need to wait for the weather to cool off a little bit, because right now it is super humid out. I'm going to the pool. You know, this is just not the scent for this time of year right now. But I think it's going to be really nice if I can get the weather to cool off some. I would like to do a whole wear test so I can really compare the different cameras and then come back to you guys and give you all like a dedicated review about this perfume. But I did pick it up in the month of June, specifically just so that it would have plenty of time to be sprayed out and sit on my shelf for a while, so it can really marinate. And then when the weather gets better, this should have marinated enough that it should be good. You know, does that make sense? So I wanted to go ahead and pick it up now, so I would be ready for it later on. And then I picked up one body spray. I'm trying to limit my body sprays that I purchase because things can get out of hand with body sprays. I know. And it's already, my perfume collection is already out of hand, but I don't want my body spray collection to get that way. So I just, every now and then I pick up a body spray here and there, but this one I had to have because it's called Bubblegum Pop, and it smells like bubblegum. It smells just like it's powdery, pink, sugary, bubblicious bubblegum. So flirty and fun. And you can absolutely add this to your Vanilla Sugar by Alicia, or Britney Spears, The Candied Fantasy, that one too. Oh my goodness. Oh, but yeah, absolutely love this. Had to have it in my collection. While I was at Bath & Body Works, I did some sniffing around, and I also picked up a cologne for my husband. Well, it's supposed to be for my husband, but I got it for me too, because it's definitely more masculine leaning, but I love the way it smells on me as well. It's called Honorable, and I think this might be newer to Bath & Body Works. Correct me if I'm wrong. But love this scent profile. It's got you know how I love pear. If anyone's been around my channel a while, you know I love a good pear note in perfumes. And that's what this is. It has this very fresh, fruity pear note. And then as this dries down, you pick up a lot of earthy patchouli, which I also am really into patchouli scents lately. But yeah, it's a very earthy patchouli, and it's also mixed with this sexy, smooth, suede leather going on. This is not, my husband likes this a lot mainly because of the patchouli. That's one of his favorite notes. But he doesn't love this. His favorite is the real patchouli, that perfume. But this one he does enjoy. And I've told him, he's not super into perfumes, colognes, all that. But I told him, I'm like, you should totally like pair these two together. They would smell amazing, But yeah, just absolutely love this one. More for me personally, I'm gonna enjoy that more in more fall and winter time. But I could see somebody, like a man specifically, wearing this as like a signature scent for sure. This next perfume I purchased specifically because I smelt it on somebody else and fell in love. It was one of my friends, they were wearing it, and I was at least 3 or 4 feet away from her. And I could smell very, very distinct citrus and cedar. And it just smelled so like clean and just, I was mesmerized by it. And I had to ask her what it was, and so I had to pick it up. It is the Dylan Turquoise. And this is the first, I know there's a lot of the Dylan perfumes. This is the first one I've smelt. I know there's like Dylan Blue and a couple others, but so I'm not really familiar with those yet. I would like to get my nose on them. But the Dylan Turquoise was what she was wearing. And oh my goodness, that's what I mainly pick up in here, is like a very a clean, fresh, lemon citrusy smell mixed with like a very distinct like cedar woody smell. And it's just so clean and fresh and smells amazing. But if you are someone who doesn't like I could see some people really not liking this perfume, because if you're the type that doesn't like a lemon cleaner type of smell, like a house cleaner, it could come off that way. I could see that coming off that way for some people out there. But for me, I absolutely love it. And it's very like intense smelling, and it just surrounds you in this fresh, clean bubble. And I love it so much. So I had to get a bottle of that. And then I also picked up 2 celebrity perfumes this month. The first one being Still by JLo. This was recommended by the lovely Veronica. I will leave her link down below in the description box. You definitely need to go check out her channel if you haven't already. She does amazing perfume videos. If you're obsessed with perfumes like I am, definitely need to watch her. And she's talked about this several times. This is a very inexpensive celebrity perfume, and it's so nice. It is most definitely what she called like a white t-shirt, type of scent. This is an everyday, white t-shirt, blue jeans. Maybe I got my hair pulled back in a ponytail and I'm going to pick up I'm going to the grocery store or something. Like, that's what this is. It's a very fresh, little citrusy green. It's almost herbal green, and there's some white floral going on in here, and there's a rice note, and the rice note is really interesting. It like almost like thickens everything up. Like, this has a thick consistency to it versus some of the more like refreshing aquatic-y type of scents. Like, this isn't like that to me. This is more like thick, very fresh, clean smelling, but not, I wouldn't say this is soapy to my nose, but very fresh, clean smelling, and just absolutely love it. And then I also got Stash by Sarah Jessica Parker. Danielle from the Perfume Journal. Again, another amazing perfume YouTuber you have got to check out if you haven't already. I will link her information in the description box below as well. She's talked about this perfume before, and I needed to get my nose on it. It's got, it's very woody, fresh, spicy. It's aromatic. There's some really like earthy patchouli in here. I definitely consider this to be unisex for sure. Like, we can all wear whatever we want, but like certain scents make me like picture either like a more of a manly person or a more feminine person. And sometimes I can just picture anyone wearing a particular scent profile, and that's what this is. Like, I definitely could picture anyone wearing this. And this perfume is thick. There's a thickness to it. It's not creamy, but thick smelling, if that makes sense. And it's very, I consider this to be very like an elevated classy. There's an elevated classiness to this perfume. And I definitely think of this as more of a, I don't know. I mean, I guess it could be year round, but like, I'm just not like, for summertime, this is not the type of scent I'm going to reach for, but definitely when the weather cools off, for sure, it's going to be amazing. But like right now, like I said earlier, I'm in my tropical, coconut era right now. But this is such a good one if you really like a earthy, patchouli, unisex type of woody scent. And it, again, it's not very expensive either. It's one of those, because some celebrity perfumes are getting way outrageous. But this one is, I think it was like in the $30 range, and but it smells very expensive. Like, I paid way more for it than $30. And I think the bottle looks really cool too, the way that they designed it. So this next perfume that I purchased this month of June was a really nice, inexpensive perfume. I love when you can find some hidden gems that are really like more on the cheaper side, but they smell amazing. And that was the Hearts and Daggers perfume. I can see this packaging not being for everyone, or this type of bottle design not being for everyone, but I absolutely love it. And then you pop off the top and it looks like that. And this one is a mango dominant perfume. Very, very tropical, fresh, juicy, fruity mango going on in here. And, but it's clean smelling. So it kind of smells more like a, versus like something edible, it's more on the clean side, like a shampoo or like a body wash, like a tropical mango body wash is what this smells like to me. And I was just really surprised by how much I really enjoyed this for the price point. You know, sometimes when you do order like the $20 and under perfumes, you don't know. You're like, is it gonna work out? Is it gonna be good? Is it not? But this one is definitely one that I would highly recommend. I love it. As long as you like a, you know, clean body wash type of scent, and you also gotta really like mango, obviously. And then I also purchased, what is it, four dupe perfumes. Let's talk about the Sensual Vanilla first. This one is the dupe for Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford. I think they smell pretty much spot on, and I was not a huge fan. You know, I won't go into the full details because I have a full video about this, but I wasn't a huge fan of the Tom Ford Vanilla Sex at first, but then it just needed to sit for a while and then it thickened up. And now this is a really nice, thick, sweet, almondy vanilla. And, but of course I didn't want to pay the Tom Ford prices, so I got the dupe version and absolutely love it. And I think this was around the $30 range. And then I got Falling in Love. This is the dupe for Rolling in Love by Kilian. And I have never smelt that perfume before, so I don't know anything about it. But this, I believe, how much was it? It was $30. And the bottle looks so, like, this looks like an expensive, I mean, you know, I'm no perfume expert or anything, but to me personally, I feel like this looks like an expensive bottle of perfume. And I was, so I didn't know what to expect with this perfume at all. Blown away. Absolutely love it. This one is a very floral, musky, creamy, sweet, almondy, vanilla. It's got, it doesn't have any marshmallow notes listed in the note breakdown, but I'm telling you, it smells like fluffy, powdery, sweet, sugary marshmallows in here. But it's got the powderiness, but it's also, it's one of those scents that has like a powderiness to it, but it also has a creaminess to it at the same time. If you know what I'm talking about. And it's very, very feminine, romantic smelling would be the word I would use. Really, I'm so glad I picked this one up because I had no idea what to expect with that perfume at all. So that was a nice surprise. And then I got two perfumes that look like Guerlain dupes. Look at these. Look at how, like, they look like Guerlain perfumes. But these are, what was it? It was like Pose as Rose was $30, and then the White as Tube Rose was, I think, in the $40 range. So they're, you know, they're not super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. For me personally, I feel like this is a great price point, and the bottles I think look amazing. So let's go over the Pose as Rose first. This is supposed to be the dupe for Rose Cherie, which I have not smelt the original, so I don't know, but I love this scent. And this is a very rose forward perfume. And I'll tell you, this is the only rose perfume. Like, you know, there's a lot of rose in different perfumes, but like, I'm talking about like more rose dominant perfumes. As far as my rose dominant perfumes go, this is the only rose perfume that my husband actually likes on me. Because normally when he smells rose, he doesn't like it. He instantly, in his mind, it turns to soap. He thinks it's like a really nasty bar of soap. He's not really into the smell of rose. But for whatever reason, he really likes the rose in here. I think it's because it's mixed with like a really sweet, fruity raspberry that's going on in this perfume. And there's also, it's very powdery, fresh. You get the violet in here. This is very, very feminine and sweet and fruity. And oh, I love it. Let me spray some of this out. So glad I picked that one up. And then this next one is called White as Tuberose. And I was not supposed to get this one. I originally bought the Vanilla So Sweet. Comes in the same bottle and everything, but it's totally different notes. It's supposed to be, I believe, the dupe for the Double Vanille by Guerlain, because it had some incense and vanilla in there. So I assume that's what they were trying to dupe with that one. Couldn't find it anywhere except for on one website. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna purchase it. And I did, and I waited it was almost the full month. Like I purchased it way back at the beginning of June and still hadn't got it in. And so I contacted the website and they said like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry that we don't even have that one like on us, like in stock or anything. And they were like, would you mind if we give you a substitute of another scent, that's from the same sort of dupe collection? I was like, sure, why not? So they sent me the White as Tuberose, and anyone who knows me knows I love a good tuberose perfume. So I was not complaining at all with this website. Like I didn't mind at all. This one is a very sweet, creamy, fruity tuberose, and it smells like bubble gum. It's been compared to, I don't know what Guerlain perfume this is supposed to be duping, but it's been compared to the original My Way. Now I've tried a lot of the flankers from My Way, but not the original My Way, but it's been compared to the original My Way. And so I don't know about that, but all the other flankers that I have tried with My Way, some of them have like that bubblegum tuberose in there. And that's what I'm getting from this, like a very sweet, creamy, fruity bubblegum tuberose. And so, what's not to like? Like I was like, yeah, sure. Again, we need to spray some of this out. I think they did these two perfumes really nicely, and they only needed about a day. Like I did need to spray them out for a day and let them sit before I really got to like enjoy them. Like I wanted to let them sit for a minute first, but it wasn't long at all before they smelled amazing. And then I can only imagine what they're gonna smell like after they've been sitting in my collection for a couple more months and really like marinating. Like I can only imagine it's gonna get like even sweeter and thicker smelling. But I was I didn't know what to expect with these, but these turned out amazing. I love them both, and I would love to get, eventually I want to get the whole dupe collection of these in my hands. This next perfume was recommended by a couple of my subscribers were talking about this perfume, and I feel like I might have seen it on somebody's channel as well, but I don't know who. But let me show you. I finally picked up Charlie Blue. Now this has been around forever. What was it? Yeah, 1973 is when this came out, Charlie Blue. And I'm really getting into more earthy scents, woody scents, more patchouli scents, things like that I used to not be into. And so I've been going down the rabbit hole. And this one is it's very mossy, like a thick, earthy, mossy. And then there's some jasmine and rose, and it's fresh, spicy, it's aromatic, it's woody, powdery. It's very unisex in my opinion, for sure. Absolutely love this. I will say, again, right now, we're right in the midst of summer, and I am really into those creamy, coconut tropical scents at the moment. So this isn't what I'm gravitating towards at the moment. But once fall time comes around, oh yeah, you're gonna be seeing this much more. And this was a very inexpensive one as well. I can't remember what the price was on this. Don't quote me. I don't have it. I wrote down the prices of some perfumes, but not others. And I don't know why I did that in hindsight, but it wasn't very much, I don't think. But yeah, absolutely love this one. So thank you guys for recommending that to me. And then also I was watching one of Veronica's, remember I was talking before about Veronica, the JLo Still, that perfume she was talking about. Well, she was also talking about this other perfume that I had to get my nose on. And it actually surprised me in the best way. And that is Utopia. This one, oh my gosh, this one needs to be hyped more. This is so good. This is so much more than I thought it was gonna be. On Fragrantica, I don't know if they've changed it or not, but on Fragrantica, it was showing that it was just the pink pepper, vanilla, and like some jasmine. But there's so much more to this than that. If you actually go on the website, you can see the note. Because when I sprayed this out, I was thinking, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, this is so good. There's so much more going on in here. This is so much more complex than what Fragrantica led me to believe. And I picked up the 50 mil. I wish I would have picked up the 100 mil. But the 50 mil, if I remember correctly, it was like right under $100. I think it might have been like in the $90 range for a 50 mil. So I don't think that's terrible. But this is so much more complex than I thought, and I love it. So you definitely do get the jasmine and the pink pepper and the vanilla, of course, but I get a lot of woodiness as well. Like there's a vetiver note in there, and I'm getting a lot. I think of this like a woody vanilla, a powdery, woody, sweet vanilla. And then there's also this like crisp, juicy apple note that's in here. So you get that little bit of fruity, crisp, juicy appleness going on. And then the cherry on top of this perfume, is the salted tonka. Like, oh my goodness, that was what really like made me just like, my mind was blown. I was like, this is amazing. And I think it's perfect for summertime. I think this is an amazing like summertime gourmand type of scent. But I could also definitely see this being used as like a fall time scent as well. But that salted tonka in there, that's what really, oh my goodness, I love that so much. And then also I picked up another one because of the wonderful Danielle from the Perfume Journal channel that I was telling you about earlier, where she was talking about Stash. She was also talking about this next perfume that I was like, I've got to have this. And it was the French Lavender and Tuberose. This is fairly inexpensive, around the $30-ish range. They only come in the smaller bottles. So I ended up repurchasing a second one to have as a backup because this is not gonna last me very long. This is such a little baby bottle. But absolutely love this perfume. You gotta like lavender. This has more lavender in it than it. Like if you're not a huge fan of lavender, but you don't mind like a pinch, then I would go with Gentle Reminder by Sniff. The lavender in there is much more subdued, very tiny, soft lavender. This one is more like there's a dominant lavender note in here for sure. So it's aromatic and it's mixed with this creamy sweet tuberose and vanilla. Oh, and then you've got the cacao in here, a little bit of a warm, spicy, sweet cacao note. And this is just it's creamy, sweet, very comforting. Uber like comforting bedtime scent is what I normally wear this for, bedtime scent. It's very much a hug in a bottle type of scent profile that I'm getting from this, and I absolutely love it. It blew me away. Like as soon as I sprayed it out, as soon as I got it in and sprayed it out, I immediately went on the website and bought a second bottle. Like that's how much I really love this one. The next three perfumes we're going to be talking about were the most expensive purchases of the month. These are all $100 and up. I bought a full bottle of the Burberry Goddess Intense. I won't go into full detail, but I have a video about all the perfumes that I was so wrong about. This was one of them. I used to not like it. I didn't get it. But now I love dirty, like earthy, thick patchoulis. And that's what I'm getting from this in here. Really earthy patchouli. And I think it's just making the vanilla even sweeter and thicker and more intense. I just love this one. I can definitely, I probably will get more use out of this during the more colder months, more fall and winter time months. I'll probably use the original for more like this time, springtime, but, and you can definitely pair them together as well, obviously. But I don't foresee myself grabbing for this one too much in the high heat of humidity during like, pool time, you know. That's going to be, like I said, more of those tropical scents. But I am absolutely loving that one. And then I also picked up the Scandal Absolute. This was another one that was in that same video. I didn't know how I felt about it at first, but then I ended up actually loving it because it was a little bit more woody than I thought it was going to be. But now I love woody scents, so I love this perfume. Love the bottle. This one has tuberose, fig, and sandalwood here. And like I said, it's very dominantly woody scent with that sandalwood. But then I also do get a very sweet, creamy, thick a honeyed tuberose in here. And then it's mixed with this fruity, sweet fig note. But the fig has a pinch of greenness in it as well. And just absolutely love this perfume. And I've already gotten compliments on this perfume when I was out and about shopping. So I know the projection's good and the longevity is amazing. So I have no complaints on this perfume. I consider this to be like a masterpiece. Like both of these perfumes are like masterpiece level, in my opinion. Love them so much. And then also this third one. This one is the most expensive. I feel like this is the most expensive perfume I've ever bought, because I think the most expensive I'd ever purchased before was the Leisure in Paradise, and that was like $197, but it ended up being like $200. I think that was the most expensive I've ever bought. But this one, past that, I think we were in the $250 range, maybe $245 for Oud Satin Mood. But oh my goodness, I had a sample of this and I just couldn't stop smelling it. It was so addictive. I needed it. So and that's at a discount. I think it was like between $250 and $230-ish range. That was the discounted price for this perfume. So I can't even imagine what a regular price, what the retail price for this would be. Probably, I don't even want to know. But I absolutely love this perfume. This has got strawberry and it's got some rose. So it's like this fruity, floral, it's very sweet, and then there's some vanilla and some amber in the base, and there's also this oud in there. And the oud, you know, I wasn't a huge fan of oud at first, but now this has like totally changed my mind because the oud in here is done so good. Oh, it's so good. It like makes the rose strawberry, like it mushes it up and thickens it up and sweetens it up even more into this jam. Like it makes the oud changes this into like this strawberry rose jam perfume. And I just absolutely think it's so addictive. A great like date night scent, very seductive smelling. My husband is not a huge fan of this. He says it smells like soap because, again, he's not a fan of rose dominant perfumes. He thinks the majority of them smell like, he thinks if something smells like rose, then it's soap. Rose equals soap. Not to me, but to him it does. So he's not a huge fan of this. He says it's too soapy. I don't get that. It does have a cleanness to it, a clean freshness to it, but there's also a darkness as well because of that oud. That's why I picture more like date night and stuff. But yeah, so I love it. I'm still gonna wear it, but he prefers that Pose as Rose. He loves that one on me. He's complimented me on that several times. But that's okay. That's okay that he doesn't like my most expensive perfume. I figured he wouldn't because, you know, as we know, if you've been around my channel a while, you know that one of his absolute favorite perfumes on me is the Watermelon Boutique, and that one is like $25. So now there are 2 perfumes here. So out of all the perfumes we talked about, there were only 2 that I don't want to call them regrets because they're not regrets, but 2 of them that I don't even want to call them misses because they're not bad. They're just, I don't know. They weren't my favorite out of the group. Like all the other perfumes we talked about, love them. These 2 were just likes. I like these 2 perfumes. We'll say that. Yeah, that's what we'll say. I like these perfumes. The first one is the We Wore What? Now, when I saw it at Now, I tested this out. So I went to Ulta and it was setting out like this. And I didn't know what the lid looked like, you know, so just forget about the lid for a minute. I just saw this. It was on a big display. It said Woody Gourmand on it. And I was like, oh, okay. This looks like some sort of, I don't know what this, I don't know who this is, what this is. I was like, this looks like some sort of fancy niche perfume. I was thinking it was going to be really expensive or something. I had no clue what to think of this perfume. Sprayed it out and I really liked it, but I was like, this is not like a woody, I would not consider this a gourmand at all. Not even a tiny bit. I can't see where they're getting gourmand whatsoever out of this perfume. So at first I kind of wrote it off, but it was still on my skin during the day and I was smelling it and I was like, oh, this is so nice. I need to go back and test this out again on its own because I was testing out some other perfumes that day. So I went back, tested it out again, and I was like, yes, I definitely want this perfume. And I went up to the counter and I think they said it was gonna be $65, $70. And I was really shocked because I was thinking this was gonna be like $100+ perfume, but it wasn't. Does anyone know anything about this? I don't know. The only thing I wasn't a fan, like I didn't realize the lid was gonna look, like if I had seen this with the lid, you know, I don't know, it's like not as nice, I think. What do you all think? But I thought just this with the concrete look, I thought like, ooh, that looks kind of like niche looking, you know? But the lid just kind of like, I don't know about that. But anyway, so let's get into the scent. This is a warm, spicy, it's aromatic, it's powdery, it's very, very sandalwood dominant for sure. And it smells very natural, like I'm out in the forest type of scent. There's some patchouli in here and there's also like some fig as well. So you get a little bit of fruity sweetness in here, but not what I would consider like a sweet perfume. Definitely not a gourmand perfume, but just like a natural sweetness coming from the fig, if that makes sense. But this is more of a I'm out in the wood, like just a woody, I'm out in the woods type of scent. And I love woody scents. You're probably thinking like, okay, well, why do you just like this and not love it? It's because I don't know what I was thinking. I think I just bought this one impulsively. I have so many really nice sandalwood, you know, woody type of patchouli scents that I love in my collection. Like, and I feel like I didn't need this one in my collection as well. So, you know, I'm glad that I have it. I'm gonna wear it, and maybe over time I will consider this an actual love. So don't, you know, so take my words right now with a grain of salt, because 6 months from now I might be raving about this perfume after I've had more time to play with it. But right now it's just a like because I've got so many other sandalwood type of perfumes that I love more. But anyway, does anyone know anything about this type of perfume? I assume this is the first one they've come out with. I don't know what this is, but it is very nice smelling. So, and the next one I bought was Anise Energy of the Sea. And this one I thought was really interesting because it looked like it was gonna be very fresh, beachy type of scent. And it is. So why is this in my like category instead of my love category? It's because when I first sprayed this out, it was so unbelievably light that it almost smelled like nothing. It almost smelled like water. Like I couldn't hardly smell it at all. It was so unbelievably light smelling. And I thought like, ooh, because I bought the biggest bottle they had. It was like $60. And I you know, I shouldn't have done that, but I did. But, you know, it is what it is. I was like, ooh, that's not good. You know, it wasn't a bad scent, but I was just like, wow, I can't even hardly smell this. What did I do? But as this has sat, it has definitely gotten stronger. But it's still, now that it is sat, I feel like it's at its full potential at this moment. It's still not going to be it's not a projecting scent. This is not anywhere near a beast mode scent. This is definitely what I would consider like a skin scent, a more intimate scent for sure. I would say this would be a perfect scent that you could wear in like close quarters with somebody else, like on a plane or at a hospital or in an office, if you're really like close, like a dental assistant or something, very close up, like, because this is so light and very inoffensive, in my opinion. This is aromatic, citrusy, a little like, I feel like salty ocean air, but like the lightest bit of salt, nothing hardcore. Like I said, everything is so soft in here. Very light, salty ocean breeze is what it smells like. A little fresh, spicy. There's a little bit of sweetness, just a touch of natural sweet, not like a gourmand edible thing, but just a touch of like a natural sweetness coming from the nutmeg that's in here. And it's really nice perfume. It's just not as loud as I was hoping for. But that's my own fault. So this would be great if that's what you're looking for, a more subdued scent like that. But I just wanted something more projecting and stuff. But I'm still going to enjoy this. I'm still going to wear it down to the last drop, but I don't foresee myself repurchasing this in the future. I was also considering picking up Sweet Tooth because that came out the month of my birthday. Sweet Tooth from Sniff. But I did not pick that up, and I wanted to tell you all why, because I'm sure some of you all would want to know why would I not, because it sounds like something I would love to have. From what I'm hearing, it's a fresh candy watermelon type of scent, but I have that with Watermelon Batik. You know, that's $25 for 100 ml, and it's one of my favorite, like, fresh watermelon candy type of scents. So I just don't feel like I need Sweet Tooth in my collection. But, you know, just I wanted to throw that out there as to why I didn't get it, because, you know, I love the Sniff perfumes. I have a ton of them. So I felt like I owed everyone an explanation as to why I did not pick that particular perfume up. So that is everything, you guys. Oh my goodness. If you are still here, you are a fragrance bestie with me. Not just one high five. Give me both hands. High five with both hands. You all are amazing. I know that was a lot. This video is probably way longer than I thought it was going to be. I know that it has taken me all day to make this. I started around 10 a.m. and it is now 5 o'clock in the evening, and I am still filming. I'm still filming. I took a break here and there to eat some lunch and stuff, but I am exhausted and my back is hurting. I don't foresee myself buying this many perfumes in 1 month very often, but it was very fun. It was very fun. I had a great birthday month, and I'm just so happy with all of these purchases I have. So now I've got so many new perfumes to play around with. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And remember, before you go, to seize the day and overspray. Bye, guys.